our rankings are kind of thrown out. Charity's gone. Half of the people are gone.
Charity barely lasted any time. She, as they said, she came in, had their drinks and freaking dipped.
Yep. Well, and this is what I think, remember I said maybe the first episode, maybe the second one, I said Fishtank fans are schizophrenic. They're going to complain either way, this and that. They don't understand the joke, blah, 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 blah. I won't dwell out too much on that, but I see Jet complaining about all of the fans angry at him for this season. And I don't know about you, Zach. I actually enjoy season 5. I think season 5 is pretty good.
I've been having a trip with it this year.
And here's the thing that I think some people understand. So some people are just being trolls. That's half of the people. But then the other people that are just complaining to complain. Here's the thing. You can't go full fish tank from the start or everyone will leave. They barely went fish tank and they lost 2 people in the first day.
I know.
Right? So
this has to snowball, be perfect, but that's crazy though. And the thing that's even crazier to me about those people leaving early is this feels like more so than even in previous seasons that there's more people that know about the show on this one than they have in the past. And some of the earliest ones were the people that knew or should know what they were getting into in the first place and bailed.
Yeah. Well, Bezo
seriously.
was a fish tank Discord moderator. How did he
can't
get bullied
believe that
out of the
happened
house?
too, by the way.
Yeah.
First dude out, or 2 days max?
Yep. Yeah, I love it. I love it. But we still got the big ballers around. Bashir, first one eliminated, first one back. First one back, thank God, because my man, and he's really coming into his own now.
He is.
James Drake is really good. And there's been some lore about James Drake since we've talked about last. So he was actually casted to be on season 3. So where they did Famous House.
Yes, I heard about this.
I love it. And so they had him all the way through to the end, and then they send him the contract from a fish tank email, which tipped him off onto what fish tank was. And so they didn't bring him on because then it would ruin the whole joke, because we're actually up to episode 4 now, I think, of the season 3 episodes. I haven't caught up because I'm too into this season. I'll just watch them after the fact.
I'm kind of in the same vein. I want to stick out because it's getting good. It's been really getting good the last week or so.
Again, people are so complaining. It's amazing. This season is so good. It's so one, they have the nuke, which is just the cup of what Anissa's bodily fluids, we'll say. We won't go into too much detail. It's disgusting.
Yeah, god damn it, dude.
But James Drake. So he's finally starting to understand what the game is, but he still spirals a little bit because he'll listen to the TTS. The twins are still in there. Landon's in there. That's it. We have Bashir, the twins, James Drake, and Emma. Emma's easy to forget.
Yeah.
I hate Emma. Empty Emma. Bashir was so right. Empty Emma. There's nothing there. She'll just do whatever TTS says to try to do something, or she just sleeps all day. She's boring. I just want her to go.
You can't have fish sleeping all day, and that's what'll cause that. And honestly, that's one with TTS is going to get to a person like that, and kind of has at times. The recent Fish Tank Digest I watched, I think it was day 14. Sheer said it best. I thought this was fascinating. Was the quote? "Oh, the productions give me any quirks or anything to deal with. I'm playing for keeps. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that's being scripted to win. I am the one that is playing this the most serious, and they haven't been effing with me as much with weird stuff or quirks." So he's getting locked in. This guy is now I'm hell bent to winning this game. I am going to be the alpha male. We're alpha in this house now. And it probably helps that James Drake is becoming the typical fish tank participant that goes from, I'm a rationally sane person at the beginning of the house to now the last few nights as we've recorded, this is day 15 that they were on yesterday. And it's now he's actually mentally losing his mind.
And that's smashing the wall with the chair.
The beauty of Fish Tank is watching someone degrade into debauchery over the course of a stretch because they're losing it, because it's just everything's starting to pile on eventually and it just starts coming out.
All for $50,000.
All for $50,000
before taxes, of course. James Drake's doing, I like it. I like the progression. We have a solid core. As long as they get rid of Emma, we have a really good core left. JD left earlier today as we were recording, but I knew that was going to happen because I think it was week 1. He was in the bathroom with Head, and the microphone picked up talking about how he had to go back. He only took 2 weeks off of work. And so here we are 2 weeks later. Now he's going home.
Stocks was already down at that point because of that.
So good riddance. At least we didn't waste a competition or a bullet on him. Now we just need to weed out Emma. We'll be down to the top 4. But I'm curious, Zach, because this top 3 is hard. Top 3 is actually hard looking at this
production
list.
Starts getting psycho around this time with like their ideas. I'm glad, by the way, they brought the bed stealing back. I don't know why that was gone. And like I saw one of the biggest complaints from like previous season stuff being gone. This is what we talk about with the insanity starting to get turned up. Was someone brought us like, bed stealing hasn't been around for a minute. And I thought about it, I was like, that's a good point. They kind of bailed on that. Why did they stop doing that? It was like one of my favorite parts of like seasons 1 and 2. And then all of a sudden, like a few days ago, I'm like, bed stealing's back. I'm like, yeah, baby, stealing the beds, throwing people off, messing with the sleep schedule. This is Fishtank. This is the Fishtank I want. Not a fully Hell House, but it's close to Hell House. I'll take a little bit of Hell House in my Fishtank again. Thank you.
They had a fish toy. I can't remember what season. Maybe it was season 2. Where you could raise or lower the temperature in the house.
Season 1, and
some
great. By the way, X has been like awesome for keeping up and like talking with reading through old Fishtank like followers and like the new guys joining in, and the logic made sense. Where it's like, why did they remove that? And someone's like, well, they can do that, but like, how do you know they're doing that, or how can you tangibly tell they're doing that? And then you have to keep track on like who engaged the fish toy, and so like that one was like harder. But no, bed stealing, I love that that's back, and they need to keep that one forever and then like start building on that if you want because that's the big thing I've seen is like what other fish toys can they do?
I'll tell you which one I love. Dance Monkey. They made Landon do like 10 dance monkeys in a row the other night.
Too. I like that one a lot.
Because it's not funny until it really is funny when they're just trying to go to sleep and they come in with a stack of papers and they're like, all right, buddy, time to dance. Pep talks are really good. Yeah. The AI, they're all just like chat GPT pep talks. But this is why I like Bashir, actually, because Bashir is a man of the fish tank. Like when Landon had to do like 10 of those dance monkeys in a row, you know who was there dancing with them? Bashir. Bashir's always giving people good advice, trying to help them out. And they try the other teams. This is why Emma can't win. Emma hates Bashir. Emma hates Bashir because she's nothing. She has no personality. Bashir is all personality. He is. I want him to win. But I don't know. The thing with him is I don't think he cares about winning. I think he would be happy if he makes it to the final 3 and helps either Landon or the twins win. I think he would be fine with that, which is fine. But I don't necessarily want that. I want people fighting for that top 3.
It is so strange that the twins are still like considered one thing, because I feel like production's going to do something with that at some point. Like they've been like buying time on finding a way to jack that up.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that works. I do appreciate that they've been tethering them, though. Have you seen that?
I've seen that too. Yeah. Man. What was it recently? Now they got the freaking the dragon's wings going on.
Yep.
And they've been doing that.
Oh, speaking of before the dragons, did you see the clip of Jet waking him up in the middle of the night with the 3D paint on his body and telling him that he's an alien? And because the 3D paint, once you put the light on it, it shines more. So they turned off the light. And when they moved that light, they were unironically like, whoa, why is it shining? To be Bingo and Bongo must be just an interesting way to live. I'll say that.
It's an experience, I guess.
Top 3, though. I mean, as much as I hate Emma, she could make it. It could end up being Emma, Landon, and the twins, which I would hate because that means Emma might win. And I think it should be the twins or Landon or Bashir. Honestly, I think those are the 3 that should win. Actually, I don't mind anybody winning other than Emma because James Drake makes sense too for not running scared.
Yeah.
and just being like a normie and sticking with it and just rolling with the damn punches.
I feel like production's not going to let Emma get there. Like it feels like that's just too boring for a final three contestant. To me, what makes Fishtank's like contestant stuff great at the end of the season is you want the guys that they have greatly changed and have become mentally adapted for better or worse from the house and the TTS and the insane craziness that is production's game. And so like kind of feel like Emma will get knocked out, and then I'm kind of a toss-up between who gets knocked out between like James Drake and like the twins to me, because I feel like Bashir and Landon, the freaking community loves Landon, so like it feels like they're Landon's and Bashir are like heading for a crash course for the top three. So who do you cut from there? Like the twins have a lot of great social media cut, but also James Drake's going like slowly into a psychopathic rage with every new day. So it's golden TV to me, you know?
Well, and they can't cut James Drake because they were just talking to him the other day because we haven't talked about this here, but they opened up the arena and we saw Landon just get beat down by Ben.
Dude, Ben gave him a cold cock where I'm like, oh, that's almost borderline too mean. Like, freaking ended him on the spot.
Oh, yeah. And I just love it. 10 seconds, Landon. That's all you lasted. And he walks out. Amazing. And then, we saw JD and Jet, which was pretty good. JD held his own a little bit. Jet got bloody, but Jet was not backing down. I love Jet just mogging him. No, I don't box. Let's go. And he was trying, But then they told James Drake, they're like, well, we really don't have anyone here that can box you because it's just not. It's unfair to us. You'll easily kick our ass. The best we could think of is if it was like us three versus you, and that's not fair. So they said they were going to have Wes, the web developer of Fishtank, flying from Finland to fight him. Now maybe it will be Wes. Maybe I don't know. I know kind of what Wes looks like, but I don't know how tall he is. So maybe if he's tall and slender like James Drake, that would work. I don't know. I got a feeling, though, that they're telling them they're going to bring in Wes, and they're going to say, oh, our web developer here, Wes, showed up, and it's going to be like a monster. Or this would be a really funny opportunity to bring in Sam Hyde, because he's the only one that really doesn't know who the hell Sam is.
Yeah.
Everybody else would. He wouldn't. Is it the web developer? I don't know.
Could you imagine if they did do that? I mean, it would kind of be a good time to do it if they are going too soon, because of the fact that the current host is away for the moment on personal.
Well, he's back now.
Oh, he is.
He showed up today.
He did return today. Okay. Yep. So maybe, all right. So they would have to find another way to circle it in, but this is still possible. I say that. However, that being said, I mean, it's interesting because this ties into something that's been a big conversation piece all season. And we knew this was going to be. But it's almost like I've seen this is about as mixed as like how productions handled like removing old events and like switching up on the fly and like Jet talking to people on the after show. Is Bam a good host? Have they done the right choice, or should they reset? And he's just been like there and then gone for like a few minutes a day? Because like there are some days it feels like he's there for like a bit and then he just completely dips. It's not like Gold Striker. Or like, who was the famous one that he was doing, Sam's personal ego in season 3?
I can't even remember the damn name. Jason Gold.
Jason Gold, yeah. So it doesn't feel like that. But like the Bam clips they've had of him on the show, like it's been funny stuff because he's kind of like as you said, he's kind of like a normie host. So he's reacting actively to the chaos and like the debauchery in the house. And it's almost like nervous laughter sometimes that he'll like dive into it too. When it's on, it's on. But it feels like he's not as available, and I think it's what people are not as happy with. He's not as available as like what Sam used to be, because it's not like directly with MDE. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll say this: at the beginning of the show, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was going to be good. I wasn't sure if it was going to be bad. I wasn't sure if it was going to be weird. Whatever. A couple weeks in, I don't mind it. It's different. Don't get me wrong, but I will say, Bam plays it up. The one criticism I have is he's very bad at spoilers. He'll always leak what's coming to these guys. Like when they did the typing test, he would say, well, it's going to be a typing test, but it's big, so it's a little bit different. So everybody already knows there's a big keyboard, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, Bam, what are you doing? But at the same time, some of the TTSs that Bam has been sending shows that Bam actually understands the show quite a bit. I wish I had them in front of me, but he was saying some really funny things to JD.
And to be fair, you know, he did show up for a little bit of a segment or a little bit during season 4. So like, I think that's one thing that like people don't realize, and like something I got reminded of is like he was already kind of familiar with how this works. It's just now they were asking him to be like, okay, now we want you to be more directly involved and like trying to do this, which like, again, I say this when he's on and like in on a constant time and like doing the crazy stuff, he can do it. You know, it's just, I feel like sometimes because of he's not fully attached with them and he is technically like almost like independent of the show. Whereas like Sam is still part of the same group that like Jet and Ben are, that like, it kind of feels like he can kind of go on his own whenever he wants and kind of step away. And then it feels like it's isolated in moments where they need someone to like rile up the fish, you know? And so Jet and Ben have kind of taken over that role of like, okay, well, if we can't keep Bam around as much, we need to be more of the rile and shit stirrers in production this year, which they've gotten comfortable with, but it took a few days to get used to that. And now they've embraced it seems fully, where it's like, all right, we have to be that. Like we have to be what Sam used to be. And it's kind of grown into its own, I think. I think they've really grown into that role much better now.
Yeah, no, I think even part of the show has been scripted to be this way. I think part of the script has been, we're going to come out with this season. The first half, we're going to tell everybody we want it to be a little bit different. We want it to be more structured. We want the cast to work like a traditional reality show, to rile up the fans as well. Because as I've stated in the past, part of Fishtank is you are part of the tank as well. Right? There's gaslighting all around. So I think this is even part of it. And honestly, I don't even look at Bam as like the host. I see him as a group of part of the hosts, where Ben and Jet really is the host and Bam is there as the host for the people in the tank itself. So they think and they treat it like a real show. So for instance, James Drake, he's, you know, things have changed since then, but at the beginning he's thinking, oh, it's a reality show. Oh, wow, they actually have a big name host, Bam Margera. Yeah, I know he's been around doing this thing for a while, but that's a name you recognize. Probably wasn't expecting that. So it does help because, again, nobody would know. I mean, not nobody, but he probably wouldn't know who Sam Hyde was, right?
Yeah.
And so it helps plant that seed that this is a real reality show. This isn't Hell House. Oh, these are just funny messages coming through. You can't control what these people say. And then slowly, the madness builds. Bam steps away more. Now you're being tortured. I love it. But yeah, Bam's back in the house now. We will see. I don't know what they have planned for today. But again, we're halfway through. So we think. In their contract, they can extend this season. Jet has already alluded to that they bought an RV to continue driving around after the season. But we know how well that went the last time. So if they do it, I want it to work.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know, man. I'll be frank, like season 3 when they left and went out, I remember like catching a few stray clips here or there, but I wasn't like doing what I did this year. I'm like analyzing all the social and all the clips and keeping up with it really good. So like, I remember them going around Vegas a little bit and all this stuff, but like, I don't know, Fishtank's Fishtank because it's, you're locking him in isolation away from everything. So like, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. I feel like that doesn't work as well as what they want it to be. Something's got to be changed to do that. So right.
I don't mind it if it's a separate thing. So I look at it like Real World and Road Rules, right? And so Real World they were basically the same show, except for it was Real World in an RV. And so I envision like, okay, now you have 5 seasons of Fishtank. You have 5 seasons of people that have been on the show. It would be really cool to have like a Fishtank All-Stars Road Rules style. So like, okay, you have a couple, Bert and John and Mizzy and whoever, right, stuck on an RV for like a 2-week road trip. Like it doesn't need to be a full 4 or 8 weeks, but like a 2-week road trip across the country, make them stop at the Grand Canyon, just make them go to dumb tourist stops, I think would be funny, right? Now, the challenge that you have, because the internet is the internet and the fish tank fan base is especially internet-y, is I saw this in season 3 when they were driving around. The second that people figure out where they are, they start calling in like fake bomb threats to wherever building they're in.
Yeah.
And so I would watch, like, they would go to a restaurant and within like 3 minutes, their phone would just ring nonstop. And then they would leave and go to a gas station. Same thing. And you would watch it at every place they went, the phone would start. So you have to, I don't know how you work against that. You have to
really
like
tough, you know,
keep the camera on the inside and then pick your spots. Like, okay, we're going to go to the Grand Canyon and there's nothing we can do about it. And people are going to know that, but you can't let them know that you're at a diner or a shop because they're going to do it. And you never know what the cops are going to be like.
well,
you know,
I mean,
you
shoot,
really
that's
don't.
why we're in this whole situation where the reset in the first place with like, I believe this is supposed to be the house in the moving forward. Like they're not trying to sell this and buy a new one moving forward again, right? I thought
Who
that was the whole
knows?
point. Was this one was to
Yeah.
not sell it and keep it as the fish tank house? I don't know.
We'll
I mean,
see. We'll
we'll
see.
definitely find out.
I really like the idea somebody had brought up of them buying a warehouse and just building like almost like a TV studio,
Right.
building the rooms in a warehouse to where then like every season you could just change the
And even if
rooms
you break
around.
stuff, like it's,
Yeah,
you know, it
it's just
doesn't matter
modular.
because it's a warehouse. So
Yeah.
that's a thought. Let me ask you this, because I also am not familiar as much with these. What are the locales for like blood games and bitch tank? Because like I've seen these come up this year because they're comparing a lot of the bitch tank stuff from like, you know, the girls that have been in the first few
Yeah.
days and like that. And I remember some blood games things, but I'm not as familiar with blood games. And blood games has a lot more outdoor shots that I've found. So like I assume that it was a different locale and different theming and all that too.
Blood games. So I'll tell you this. You mentioned blood games and bitch tank. One of them is the best thing that Fish Tank ever done, and one is the worst. Blood games is the best season of Fish Tank. And it was not even like a real season. It was season 2.5. It was Fish Tank All-Stars, but it was all outside. They had to sleep outside in like these bunks in the woods. And it was all role playing. And so they had characters, but they had to act like wizards. And there was dwarves and goblins. And Sam was a vampire. And
That's okay. That's a clip I've seen before.
so they're finally putting out the episodic versions, I guess, this summer. I've been waiting so long because Blood Games is just amazing. There's a character called Xavier who won't even do any justice of trying to explain it, but one of the greatest creations from Fish Tank ever. And still, and even though it's like role playing and scripted, there's still crash outs. I'll spoil it. Morrow, he leaves early. Big surprise, just like season 1. Yeah.
That's right. And I love him for the sake of like, you watch season 1. Oh, he's back. That's amazing. He left again.
Yep.
He couldn't handle it a few days.
Every season you get it. I saw it like on day 2 of season 5 this year. I saw a bunch of people memeing. Morrow has officially left the tank. You know? He wasn't even in there, but he still left. He found a way.
I can't. So I'm definitely gonna watch those. But like, that's kind of the thought I had was like, you know, Jet has brought up as well, and they've been experimenting too because I want them to keep doing it, and I get that this probably costs a lot to do between getting the full edited shows, maintaining a house, possibly having to relocate so you're not having to fight local officials if they get caught on to what the hell you're doing and they don't like the noise or coming from that, or repairing your place. I mean, like, I get it. And so like you see him switch from Kick for live streams for better monetization. And like he's talking about, you know, what can we do to keep you guys on board for that $10 a month past the season so we can prep for the next season while also not like having to be hamstrung to only seasons making that revenue. And like, that's gotta be my thought is like, you got to have some like alternative version again. Cause I mean, I remember this too. They used to try and sell like private fish tank experiences for a little bit. Like that
Well,
was
they
like
still
season
do.
1, 2. They had ads for that. Like you could
You
buy
can
it if you
still
had the
do
money,
it.
you know?
You can still do it. Aryeh was talking about getting it to have a date with the twins, and God, I hope they don't let him do it. I hate Aryeh so much. I hate him so much.
God,
don't
no.
let him in the house. Yeah, no, they'll do it, but I mean, you got to have, I can't remember how much it was, but it was not cheap. Yeah, I think that one's a tough sell, but yeah, I would like to see more of that. Like, I do like the, you can send love letters now. So that's kind of funny. I think you can that you can actually communicate with the people. We talked about the Xbox Lab. People instantly found out what those usernames were and were sending messages back and forth. JD was talking back and forth with his damn girlfriend on the Xbox.
There were some wild ones that were coming from the computer lab messaging again.
Yep.
There's some wild.
It was like
stuff.
the old days of Xbox 360 Online, was it not?
Was it not? Hey, you know the new ad that they have that I love too. Act like it's 2007.
Yep, that is true. Yeah, they have really good ads this year. There was one point where they were upset at everybody in the chat. So they were just running ad after ad if you were in director mode. So me, it's funny. And maybe just because I like Fishtank, I've been subscribed since they've started subscribing. Even when there's no season, I just let it run. Because I really love Fishtank. It's the one show that really gets me. It really, really understands what I'm looking for in entertainment. And so for that, I'll spend $120 a year. You know what I mean? Will they get me on Basement for $100 a month? I'm afraid to say no. I cannot spend $100 for a Telegraph chat. I would if I had the money, bros, but I can't. Now, if they could put in some extra perks there because I could see myself paying for Basement during the season. I'll say that. So if they gave me like, Jet, if you're listening, triple XP, discounts on TTS, some like half off TTS. If I'm paying $100 a month, I'm still paying $15 per message or something.
Just don't allow for grenade spam, and then we're good to go.
Well, they finally got rid of all that nonsense, so I'm finally leveling back up.
I mean, they've been reacting to it, so I was hoping they listened because, like, early on, that was a complaint coming back up was, man, I hate grenades. They're a useless thing. People just spam these things, and all your XP disappears.
Well, I was that guy. Thankfully, they put refunds. They now under the inventory, you can just click a button to get a refund for this stuff. Do you know how stacked up I was with war toys for this season? I have one called a Special Military Operation that will kick 1/5 of the clan that you target. It'll just kick them out of the clan. And I had like 20 of those just ready. And I had a whole bunch of grenades. And then they took it all away from me, which is fine because now my XP is going up. But yeah, I went from like 500 down to like 100. I'm back up to 136 now.
Oh, so I was curious. I'm sorry. I'm looking through the shop again, and I want to see. I haven't seen the fish toys in a minute because you brought up that there's the new dance monkey one.
Yeah.
First scene. I already just thinking about that for a second as well. Tuna delivery, fortune delivery. Oh, this is good. This is good.
The 4 scenes are really good because the other night, JD and Laura, the new freeloader, he was so pissed at her, like legitimately pissed. And so people kept buying 4 scenes for them because then they have to go in a room and act out a scene. And it's so amazing. And somebody bought Landon 2 4 scenes, so they had him do like a scene. And then this next scene was the exact opposite of the scene that he had done before. And they're like, so whichever you decide, now we have a scene ready for it. I'm like, that's great. Yeah. And I saw Bashir got like a little packet of tuna delivered to him the other day.
I hope that they just keep leaning back into like the older ones or like ideas that are more like along the line of season 1 and 2 toys. Cause like this is the stuff I live for. Like I said, the bed snatcher thing, I remember the first time I saw that when I was watching with you with the edited down episodes, I'm like, this is freaking gold. Just having some random guy come in and just go, nah, F your sleep. Just take the damn bed. That's what I live for. That's Fishtank to me. It's just the absolute insane debauchery of a reality show. There's nothing like it.
The one I miss, and I don't think we're going to see it this year because I got a feeling they just can't smoke in this house. Otherwise, they'd be smoking.
The cigarette delivery.
I would send people like 5 cigarettes at a time because they would make them smoke them all. And so there would be like, I just remember Taylor, I sent her like 5 at once. She had all of them in between her fingers and just having to go through each one. I love it. That's my favorite thing to do. So, but we're getting to the end game. So I would anticipate some of these are going to get worse as we get to like the final week, you know?
Well, we got one more room to unlock in 2 days.
Yep.
So very fascinating to see what happens with this new one. So
we'll cap it off here real quick. Final, what's your definitive final 3?
I think if I'm going in my head, it's going to be Bashir, Landon, and then, man, it really is a coin flip, but I'll go with the twins. I think they'll keep it. I think they'll keep it boy girl split to go through the final 3. And I also feel like James Drake's going to crack and leave. I think he'll keep going down this insanity path that he's going, and he'll eventually just go, F it, I need to get the hell out of here. One of these TTSs will go off, and he'll just say, nope, I'm done. This is it. I mean, that's why he smashed the chair into the damn drywall in the first place, because TTS was getting to him. So I'm like, it's coming. I feel like he's going to be gone soonish, within like the 20-day limit mark or something like that.
I don't know. I'm torn. So I'll start with, I think we'll see Landon and the twins there.
Okay.
In the final 3. I think we'll see both of them. But are we going to get Bashir or are we going to get James Drake? And so I could see this happening. I could see production looking at Bashir thinking he would rather let the other 2 win than himself. And knowing that they might rather have James Drake in there. So I think that might be my official is James Drake, the twins, and Landon. But I want Bashir to win. I'm still team Bashir all the way. He's my favorite fish of this season, at least. I'm on there. I think James Drake, so here's my other thing. We still haven't figured out who the plant is.
Oh, right. I almost forgot about that.
James Drake could be the plant.
Yeah.
I could see him being the plant because I look at this. Okay, he's a normie.
That's right.
But he hasn't been scared off. He's been here, and knowing that he was cast in season 3, but didn't go to season 4.
Maybe.
But is in season 5.
Maybe that's why he's starting to get deranged. Is like, this is just him turning up the heat. Maybe the production's getting in his ears like, hey, you know what? Now it's time to go nuts. You know,
now it's halfway.
That would track a lot. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense.
Now, if he's the plant, I don't think he'll be in the top 3. I don't think production would actually let a plant win. Although, if he is the plant, I want him to win. I think it would be so funny if the plant won the damn season, but I just don't think so. That's my prediction. I do think he will be in the top 3. I want Bashir in there. I don't think Emma will make it. If Emma makes it, though, I could see her. She's Letty Light. She wants to be Letty Light. And so there's glimpses of her being an insane fish. That's why I fear. I just don't want her to win because I hate her. But she could become a good contestant if she gets into the top 3. We'll see. Because I was watching her last night just puking in a bucket to try to win a challenge. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's pretty gnarly. But then she went on to cry for the rest of the night and sleep. So, all right. You know, what can you do?
What can you do? Yeah.
But those are our final 3.